Hey there, I'm Charlotte Smith, and today I wanted to talk to you about a healthy fat that we use in our family almost every meal and love it. Many people come to our farm store for the first time for health reasons. They're trying to improve their diet to feel better, whether it's just general feeling or trying to get over specific diseases or issues or anxiety, depression. And one of the big things in improving your diet is having enough healthy fats in there. And especially in Oregon, where it can be dark and cloudy in the winter, and often people are struggling with a little sadness or depression at least, it's really important to get plenty of vitamin D. And lard from pastured pigs is the highest source of vitamin D in a food that there is. And this is not, you won't find this lard in the store. There is no lard from pastured pigs in the store. You have to make an effort to get it. But when you're on your journey to good health and feeling better, and it's part of your mission and your identity and your newfound truth in life, it just makes sense, and it's just part of what you do, is making your trip out to the farm every once in a while. And I'm very excited to say that we are using our own pastured pork fat and we found a company that will make the lard for us, and it's in these cute little containers, which, by the way, would make fabulous stocking stuffers. Something that always fascinates me is how our ancestors, my grandma, they knew this intuitively. They didn't know lard was high in vitamin D, but they cooked with it all the time. They didn't know that's why they were using it, and now we have all those studies that show us how good it is for us. So then the other challenge that often I'm asked about is, how do they use it? So I've got 3 ways that I use it in my kitchen almost every day, or at least once a week on the chicken. So the first way is that I just melt some lard, and it's the fat I put on my chicken. Often people are putting olive oil on their chicken first before they put their spices on. And olive oil oxidizes at a high temperature and causes free radicals, so it's not something you want to cook with. Olive oil is great for your salad dressings, but don't cook with it. Don't put it in your frying pan. Lard is perfect for this. All I do is take our little jar and just spoon out. I don't even measure it. Let's see. To cover 1 chicken, you probably want a couple of tablespoons. And whoops, sorry. I just get it into the little pan any way I can. Also, I want to point out from experience, do not put lard in the microwave. All right, just don't do it. It'll explode all over. So you need to put it in a cute little pan like this and melt it on the stove. All right, now that you have your melted lard, you just need a utensil, or a tool, I guess, a brush to brush it on there with. This is a plastic one. I think it came from Sur La Table, and this is a little brush. Traditional. I use both of them interchangeably, so it doesn't matter. Most important thing about your chicken is I brined this last night, and we have the recipe on the website for that. I'll link to it. It has to be dry, or your lard won't stick to it. So I took a bunch of paper towels and dried off the chicken first. And then I just take my brush and I just start dabbing this on there really liberally. You can even pour a little bit on your chicken. Make sure you cover the wings and all this. And the next thing is I put my herbs and spices on. You can buy a poultry seasoning, whatever you like to spice up your chicken with. Pre-made poultry seasonings are fine. I kind of make my own. I do a blend of garlic, salt, and sage, or sometimes I'll use thyme or a mixture. It's kind of like whatever I'm in the mood for that particular day. But you sprinkle them from a few 6 inches or so up above the chicken, so it doesn't concentrate all in one place. And you've got this nice lard. I even throw some of the herbs inside. Then I'll put my garlic salt on very liberally. And this is one of our plump pastured chickens, which is just gorgeous, not to mention full of great nutrition, omega-3s and conjugated linoleic acid. And we usually sell out on them sometime after the first of the year. So if you want one of these, come out and get one or stock up. Now, the tough thing is, once we've done one side of the chicken, you need to turn it over and do the other side. I grab some paper towels, because remember, your chicken is all oily. And I keep this hand free from touching the raw chicken so that I can grab my herbs. I just grab the chicken with one leg and flip it over just like that. And then I put the rest of the lard on the other side. So I probably had 2 tablespoons of lard total that I melted, and maybe even a little more, maybe more like almost a 1/4 cup, which would be about 4 tablespoons. Just really liberally on there. Get every part of the chicken you can so that the herbs stick to it. And then same thing on this side. Just really liberally sprinkle your herbs on there. And for me, it's a little bit of garlic salt. All right, now my chicken is ready to roast, so I will put that on a roasting pan and put it in the oven. Now I'm going to show you the second way I love to use lard, and that is scrambling eggs every single morning, pretty much 365 days a year. Like I said, every single day I make my husband eggs and also my 9-year-old daughter. And even if she's at school eating some not so healthy foods, I know that she starts out her day with eggs fried in lard, and it makes me feel really good that she's got a great dose of vitamins in there and minerals, and it keeps her full till lunch. It keeps my husband full. Again, the pork lard just sits right by my stove all the time. And for the egg, I'll just take, a teaspoon so on the back of the pan. Make sure your pan is hot. You never want to add your cooking fat to a cold pan, so heat your pan up first and then put your fat in there, whatever it might be, and let it melt. And then you don't want to add your food to the pan until the fat is hot. So we wait till the fat melts completely, and then I know the fat is hot as well. And then just crack your egg in there. And look at those dark golden yolks, so beautiful in color. And the last way I'm going to show you is sauteing vegetables in here. There are so many ways you can do this, but this big pan is also the same pan. If I were going to cook a pork chop right now, or a beef steak, or sear a roast before I put it in a crock pot, I would just use the same technique on all of those things. And that again is in the hot pan. Put probably about a tablespoon of lard and let that melt. And then if I am doing this for vegetables for dinner, I just start adding my vegetables. If I'm making the base for a soup, I would start with the lard and then add my onions maybe, saute them, and just follow the instructions to make your soup. At least the ones I make, I like to use onions and carrots as a base. But these particular vegetables, I'm just gonna saute up for my family for dinner. So I'll let the carrots and onions soften a little bit in the lard, and then I'll add our broccoli and cauliflower later. Once the carrots and onions are cooked a little bit, I'll add the things that cook faster, like in this case, broccoli and cauliflower, and just finish cooking those till they soften. Then when our vegetables are done, you just put them in your pan. This also could have been roasted in the oven. We could have just put the lard into the pan, put the vegetables in there, and done it all in the oven too, however you prefer to do it. But this way I have easily get a big bowl of fresh roasted vegetables on the dinner table for my family. All right, well, that's all there is to it. I keep a little jar of lard sitting next to my stove at all times. I use it whenever I can. It does get hardened kind of at room temperature. It's not liquid until you cook it, so you don't want to use it in salad dressings or anything like that. But all the ways I've showed you today, anything you're sauteing or searing a piece of meat, it adds wonderful depth of flavor, plus great vitamin D into your diet. So come on by, can't wait to see you in the store. Let us know how you use lard. Let me know if you have any great new ideas too. I think it would make great stocking stuffers for the family since we're a week before Christmas, unless you're watching this another time of year. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon.